Oh boy. We made it. Just barely. I guess I'll have to reload this. Let me see if I can get some jams going. Yeah, Musa, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So push that over there, huh? Probably that one. Oops, oh, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Let's turn that off. There we go. Sweet. Basically kick off everything we don't need. So the nice thing is that we're pretty much, set up for everything, which is dope. So all we got to do, which is at least compared to previous streams where we've done the group announcements, the nice thing about this is that we have a lot easier time plugging now, which is dope. So things will be a lot quicker, a lot faster, which I think will be nice too as well. Moose says OPB on top. Arendelle, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, man, maybe. Yeah, we got 7 minutes, and then we will plug away. It definitely makes you wonder, man, like who we're gonna see. I wonder if this stuff's gonna be as straightforward as I had done my predictions. I think the KvK one is pretty locked in. I can understand there's gonna be a lot of variance there, just because of how close the teams are already in power to each other, and just how far away they are, even just from like the number 3 group. Yeah. Not yet, sweetie. When it goes off, let me know. Or if it looks like the cheese is coming out, then come get me. Yeah, man. 5 minutes to go. Oh, give it to me. So excited. Silver, what's up, man? It would be crazy if WP and YSS don't match each other. That would be 2 top KvKs ruined. Oh, man. I think... I mean, listen, man. That is absolutely a take. That is a take. Yeah. Sync, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean... I don't know about that one, man. That would be... I think that'd be pretty rough, to be honest, if that did happen. Yeah, I mean, not that I necessarily foresee that happening, but I mean, do I agree that that would potentially mess up some other KvK groups? I think absolutely. Again, I hope it doesn't, and I don't necessarily see that happening per se. But yeah, I mean, do I think it'd be a little rough? Yeah, I think so. Just because, I mean, like, look, if WB and YSS, you know, don't end up matching, I mean, part of me just feels like they would be, generally speaking, just a lot stronger than even the number 3, the number 4. So it just, yeah, I mean, part of me just feels like that would be super rough. You know, just generally for that to happen. I don't think people would necessarily expect that. I mean, do I think that's going to happen? I highly doubt it. But if it did, I can tell you right now, people are going to be up in arms about it. I mean, COD Discord would be having a field day. And I can only imagine what the Kings chat, for the Kings and Queens there, they would probably just be going off the rails on that one. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty nutty if that did happen. What do we got? 2 minutes? Nice. We are there. Oh, Evelyn, are they done? Two minutes, I know. I'm gonna go check on this real quick. Oh, let me check on something real quick. Is it good? Oh, okay. Oh, I did the wrong one. Okay. Back in time. Okay. Excited. We got un momento here. Okay. So let me see here. Where we at? 27 seconds. Cool. So actually, I probably should load up 357, huh? For YSS or 249. Let's do that. We should probably have loaded that up now that I think about it, so we can just confirm and just be ready. Yeah. Asa Seth, what's up? Nothing new with Scuff matchmaking, so I'm ready. My boy. Alaref, what's up? Drewski, what up, man? Hey, I'll be here in and out at work. Shoot me a message on Discord. Absolutely, we'll do. Oh, okay, here we go. So this is going to be the 357 matchup. So give me a second. I'm going to move this over. Let's do matchups official. I need to reduce this so I can see things more clearly on my side. Okay, let me switch this over. Okay, we're good to go. So I'm going to plug in as the matchups happen. And again, we'll do this on the main sheet first, and then we'll put this over onto the public. So, crud, where's my thing? Here we go. Let's see. Whoa, hang on. I'm at 249, right? Yeah, other matchups, matchmaking. Here we go. So 249. Okay, so it looks like they did, but it's not in order. So yeah, here we go. So it looks like it is 249. So the cool thing is we'll grab this from the teams. We'll go boom. And then it looks like 357. So they are getting matched. Dear Lord, thank God. Or thank whoever you pray to. So this is the first one, right? We're going to run this. I think this is for the official, right? So it's all group. I think it's all group matchups. And then we'll go official. I think it's the one we need to run here. Awesome. So everything is set. We'll probably have to do something like this just so we can see everything. I think we're good on everything else though, maybe. Is there anything else squeezed? Squizad. I think we're good on everything else, right? And nothing else looks squeezed. Oh, hang on, that's a little squeezered. That's okay, we'll just do this. I think we're good there, right? Yeah, all right. So first matchup is locked in. We're gonna do this in order. So now we'll look at 444, and then we're gonna talk about the matchups as well. So while I'm plugging this in, this is what we're going to do, man. Our first little poll for you guys, right? So here we go. There we go. We'll do who's going to win KvK 1. And then here we'll do this while we're plugging so we can get your guys' takes. And then we'll do kin. Let's do AI. And then second option is going to be YSS, Rage, 0, and then Goa. I think it's a hyphen, huh? All right, there we go. First poll is started. As you guys know, we'll let these run like 10 minutes or so. But go ahead and cast your vote. Who do you guys think is going to win KvK 1? Based on... Oh, hang on. Do I have that all the way? There we go. Nice. Okay, that actually looks a little better now. There we go. Skadoosh that. Awesome. So next team, while those votes are being cast, let's grab the next one. So what did we say? 340, right? Sorry, 444. SCL. Let's see who they're... So, and again, the first matchup I think is pretty... It was pretty locked in, right? I don't think that a lot of people were expecting this to be, you know, kind of a left field or out of left field matchup, right? The interesting ones for me are going to be right? Who is SCL going to get matched up against? Because my prediction, I had them getting matched up against NXW. So I'm curious if that's going to hold, or are we going to see them get matched up against someone else? So that'll be what we're looking for right now. Yeah, Phoenix, what's up, man? So excited. That's right, man. David Hong, what's up, man? SCL NXW. Oh, does that mean I had a good prediction? Hang on, let's see. Okay, hang on. I gotta wait for this Brink of War thing to load. Oh, I didn't even need to load that up. But, yeah, I'm tripping. I need to go to other matchups, right? Yeah, here we go. So, matchup, this is 38. So this is the number 2 matchup. Oh, let me see. How low is it? I think it's 37, right? Yeah, so 37, which means I'm missing 38. Okay, so 38 actually is the next matchup. Let's go in order. Let's do that. I want to go in order. So this is, hang on, 77, 375. Who's that? Okay, let's do this one. So it's them, and then they're going up against 221. Oh, wow. So it's 221 versus 375. Interesting. Who did I have them? I had 371. Okay. So I had 375 going up against SCL, but in this case, it's actually NXW versus 21SW. So that's the matchup here. All right, cool. Let's run that. So this is, right, all groups, matchup official. So this is, and I'm going to do this in order so we know top is number 1, second one is number 2. If there's a way, man, I almost wish there was a way for me to write in the KvK number, but I can always do that later. Actually, I can maybe add it as a note for now. Let's do that. So this is SOS 3, right? 5037. I'm going to copy that. We're going to add 38 here. Oops, that did not work. Whatever. We'll just do it. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Cool. This is just so I have a note. So this is the number 2 KvK. Awesome. So now we'll just do this in order. So I got to find 39. Okay, so 39 is 5. Oh, dude, this is so easy, man. Just doing these plugs. The NTS group. Oh, we also get to see the remaining team too as well. I was just thinking about that. So 49 and then, oh wow, so they get SCL. So it's NTS SCL. Wow. So it's a little bit different arrange there is how they did it. Okay, let's update. Oh, dude, isn't this so nice? Just doing so fast and quick updates on the groups, and it's like, voila, here it is. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, it's magnifique. Okay, and this one is, we're going to put a note down, right? Because remember, we need to remember which number this is. So this is 5039. This is the number 3 KvK. So number 4 is going to be 5040. So that's what we got to find, 5040. Let's see here. Have to go through these other matchups, but I'm sure we'll find it here in a sec. There we go, 5040. All right, so that's going to be Echo. Interesting. Drew's like, you're welcome, my guy. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So now we got to find Echo. Sorry. Excuse me. Milk. Apologies. So we got Milk 60, and they're going up against 181 or 283. Oh, wow. So they're going against RFF. Interesting. All right. All groups. Okay, we're going to update this. How are we doing on the votes right now? 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes. All right, remember, fam, if you're just joining us, first and foremost, welcome. We are updating groups right now and matchups. We have a vote right now in the live chat. Be sure to go cast your vote. We're going to let it run about 10 or 15 minutes per KvK group. So we're voting on number 1 KvK right now. Who do you think is going to win? I'm going to show the numbers here as well, right? So let me plug in. We'll go back up. I'll show the numbers so you guys can see that and how that looks. And then that might make it a little bit easier for those of you waiting. Yes? Okay. What is it? Oh, you want to come sit? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All you do is need to hide the phone. That's a solid idea. Okay. Next group, let's go here. So, and of course, man, listen, if you guys are enjoying the stream, help us out. All you gotta do is throw us up on the stream. Perfecto, fam, perfecto. Thank you. All right. So this was, what did I say, 60-40, right? So we need to add a node in here for this group, which is SOS 3, 50-40, excuse me. Yeah, 50-40, hang on, cancel, there you go, boom. All right, now we need to find 41. Let's see where 41 is. Here we go, 41. So this is TFS, wow. So TFS is getting, where's 40? Oh, hang on, I gotta go lower, don't I? Let me go back, so we get this one. There you go. Okay, hands up. All right, there you go, good job. Don't die on me, kid. All right, oh, wow, they're going up against ROG. Interesting, so TFS ROG matchup. Let's run this. Yeah. Oh, here, let me see. Thank you. So 41. Awesome. So there's that matchup again. And we'll come back to these to look at each of them a little bit more in depth. And we'll do votes on each one. And I'm going to plug in the percentages for who you guys think is going to win each matchup live as well. So this is 50-41. Okay, so next group is going to be 42. So I got to find 50-42. Here we go. So this is 145-500. So this is HD. Wow. So HD is getting put here, and they're going up against 62-266. Let's see, where are they? I want to go a little bit lower here, huh? 62-266. Where's two? Oh, wow. So that's it's REC. Okay. All right, awesome. Let's update this. Yeah, Iwa, what's up, man? Welcome. Thank you, Senor Sunny, my friend. Welcome. Thank you. All right.
Mommy.
Yeah. Well, first off, are you watching me live?
No.
That is so funny.
No.
Dude, look at this, man. My daughter pulled it up and she's watching live right now. This is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, you don't have to watch me live, sweetie. I'm right here. Okay, I am the live girl. Get it together. All right, let's go to 42. SOS 3, 50, 42. This kid kills me. Now we're gonna do 43 for the next matchup. Let's see, here's 43. We got 92, I think that's WAO. Who is that? 92-509. Dun, dun, dun.
What can you say?
I see. There you go.
What?
Oh, here, do that. There you go. Yeah, you're good. All right. So 92-509, we gotta find. Here we go. That's WAO. So we'll plug them in, and they're gonna go up against ED 17 or 403. I just can't remember where I put 17. Oh, here we go. Nice. ED. Look how easy that was. Boom, baby. Boom. All right. Awesome. So again, we're still plugging in. Hesperus, what's up, man? Welcome. So we're going to finish plugging in all the group matchups. Once we finish, we will go right back up to the top. And then from there, we'll look at each group one by one. We'll do a little bit more of an in-depth look. We'll do some community votes, and then we'll plug those in based on what you guys vote for who you think is going to win. All right, so we said we're 50-43 on this one. So we're going to plug that in just so we don't forget. 50-43, awesome. All right, so now we're looking for 44. Let's see, where's 44? Oh, it's water, but okay, sure. That works too. Go ahead, sweetie. Just don't spill. 50-44, where's that? Here we go. So this is gonna be 30. Sweetie, lid. Where's the lid? Because I can already see you heading this water, kiddo. Oh my God, let me get the lid. Okay, there we go. Now I feel protected. I mean safe. All right. So 35-39 is, I think, lower. Yeah, 35-30. Here we go. Boom. That's 30 NA. So 30 NA looks like they're going up against 247, 476. 240. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's CC. Got it. All right, cool. Dope, dude. Let's run this, Grills. And that's 50-44. So we'll plug that in right when it finishes running for us too. So nice, man. So nice. Oh, God, just look how easy it is, man, to do all the plugging. God, do I love it. Telling you, man. Right? If I wasn't straight, Drewski, I might tap that. All right.
Bye.
Let's move on. We're going 50-45 now. We got to find. Where's 50-45? Found it. What are you doing? Oh, no, don't do that. So you do this. Here. There it goes. It's good, man. All right. Akrila, what's up, man? Time to work, man. Thanks for your work, buddy. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you guys so much. Listen, man. You guys want to help out? You already know, man. We only ever ask one thing. Just shoot us up. Helps get this out to that much more eyes on it. Man, that's all we can ask for. All right, let's get it. 226. So hang on, where am I going now? 226, 452. 226, 452. I bet you're gonna go lower, huh? 220. Here we go. 452. All right, next group is 22, 337. 22, 330. I bet you're gonna go lower, huh? 22, 330, 20. Well, oh, it's VP 22. Oh yeah, I gotta go higher. I think 22 is up higher. Here we go. Awesome. Boom. Let's plug this. Nice. I think we're getting pretty close here. Oh yeah, because there's also C's and D's, but we're just gonna focus on the ABs right now. I mean, maybe we'll plug in some CDs, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see on that. Which one is this? 45. Okay, so this is SOS 3, 50-45, solid. We're done. Let's go to 46. All right, 46 is 380-483. Oh, that's Surah. Awesome. And then they're going up against 228, 310. 228, 310. Are they lower? Oh, that's Seal. Interesting. All right, let's plug that. And what says PN for TEF. Thanks, man. Listen, we're just plugging in numbers. That's it. But we do like to look. That is for sure. All right, this is going to be SOS 3, 50-46. Now we're looking for 47. So I'm looking for 47 now. That's going to be lower, I think. Yep, here we go. 286. Oh, sorry, 201, 286. That's SSG. Awesome. And then we're going to look at 172, 341. That's NWE. All right, look at that, dude. That was actually pretty quick on that one. We're doing it. We are doing it. Dude, chat is going crazy right now. Okay, awesome. That's good. What's the number on this? 47. So let's plug that in. This is SOS 3, 50-47, solid. All right, next one is going to be 48. Oh, look, that was a quick find. So this looks to be 156, 297. 156, 297. Do I have 156, 297? I do. Nice. Now, one of the teams we're not going to have because it's going to be one of the new teams. 148, 289. Oh, wow, they're going ST, so that's actually like right next to each other. Wow. Yeah. Assis says, told you scuff matchmaking, already not really invested in the season. Really? Like I said, man, I haven't looked at some. We haven't looked in depth yet, right? That's the next thing we'll do, and maybe kind of give each one a grade that we feel. So let's see. SOS 3, 50-48. Awesome. Now we're gonna do 49. So, oh, it's right here. Nice. Look at that, dude. So this is 47, 174. That's S2AK. Awesome. And they're going up against 85. Oh, that's the DGen group. Ooh, who did they get put with them? So it's 85, 115. Ooh, they got 16. So 16 joined them. So I'll probably run an update on both then. Let's do that. Let's do all groups matchup. So they got 16. Which means that, I wonder if that means DK and FSK did get put together. I'm going to be really curious. Let me update the teams. 1, 2. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, hang on. I think it's teams official. Let me update this. I want to see if it'll go here. This one might take a minute. This one might take a sec. Oh no, it actually didn't. Look at that. Cool. So now that's 50-49. Yeah, okay, cool. But it updated too. That's very nice. So let's update this. So we have SOS 3, 50-49. Cool. So that means that we might have one more group here. So we got to find 50-50. Oh, look, it's right here. So this is... Oh, so it looks like that's the case. So now we got to find 203 and 602. Where's 203 and 602? Where's 602? Oh, wow. So that's LEN. Okay. So that's them. And then they're going up against 36, 87, 157, 218. So it actually looks like it worked out how I thought it was. So FSK and DK did end up getting matched together. So let's do all group matchups and we'll be able to see this one. I think this is the last AB too. Yep. They did end up getting matched together. Look at that. Interesting. Okay. So we have that. I'm going to plug this in on the team's official one because I just want to be able to update this appropriately as the last one. So I'm going to do team's official. Let me update this and then we're going to go all the way to the top. Homestar, what's up, man? Same, but I've been screwed 3 seasons in a row now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My condolences. Yeah. I wonder how easy it would be to update the next one. This is 50, right? Oh, crud. Did it not go? Uh-oh. Drewski, did something happen here? Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. I was supposed to put in their numbers. I don't think I did that, huh? Apologies. 36, 87. That would make a lot of sense, huh? Why that wasn't working. Like, yeah, duh. There we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, thank you. That helped. Thank you so much. All right. So let me see if we might be able to get one. I just want to see if I could at least do one CD. I just want to see how easy it is, which part of me feels like it would be pretty to do it, but okay, 50. Let me just check 51. I just want to see. So 50, 51. There we go. Oh, wow. This is like a lot more teams though. Jeez. Oh my Lord. I think Drew said we can add more rows here, right? 106. I think he said I just have to do like this. So that'd be 277. I mean, let's just see if it works. I'm curious. So I'm going to do that. And then let's go to this one, 198. And then I'm just going to do one of these and then we'll scroll up to look at the number one group. Cool. And what was that? 69, 284, 606. All right, let's see if this works. I'm just curious. So let's do all group matchups. Let me see. Yeah, that should be all of them. No, no. Oh, nice. Look at that, dude. It did. That's actually pretty easy. So maybe I'll just wait to do the matchups for the CSDs and just because this is easy, right? Even if we just wait and we just do it for this part, this actually really wasn't that bad. Okay. So now that we're going to scroll all the way to the top. So again, we'll do this one group at a time. Oh, hang on. Did I update? One sec, fam. I just want to make sure I update. Oh, I didn't update this. Hang on. So this is 51, right? Yeah. SOS 3, 50, 51. Let me just update this. 51. All right, cool. All right. So number one group right now is this. Voting is still up. So if you're if you're just joining us or if you haven't voted yet, please go cast your vote. It's the poll that's on the live chat. We'll give it maybe 5 or so more minutes, just so people do get an opportunity to cast your vote. And then wherever the vote ends, I'll plug those numbers in for each of the KvKs. So we can see what you guys are leaning. Right now, it looks like we're leaning 56% in favor of WB. Yeah. Mm. Let's see. Homestar, what's up? Can I view this sheet somewhere? Yes, I will plug all this over and put all this over on the public sheet. This is the public sheet. I just haven't added anything there yet. Oh, dear God, dude. Everyone's viewing the public sheet like they're just waiting. That is so funny. Yeah, I'm going to, once the stream finishes, I will plug everything over there on the public sheet. Absolutely. If you want to get access to the public sheet, I think I have a link somewhere. Hang on, let me see. Usually I'm plugging it on the Discord, but let me see here. Where do I go? I think I have one. One sec. Let me see if I can grab it. Oops, hang on, girl. I'm just pressing buttons. Jeez. Okay. So yeah. There's a link to the public sheet. But you can also access it on the Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord, it's also there in the pinned comment. Okay. So looking at the number one group, we already kind of looked at this, decently yesterday, but let's take a look while we're also allowing for more people to cast their votes. Like I said, I'll give this about 3 more minutes or so. So for those of you that would like to, again, please feel free to go ahead and cast that. So we got less than a bill power diff here between WBA YSS. Now, the interesting thing as well is I'm going to ask Drew this because this is absolutely something I want to be able to do. I want to see if Drew can set up a tab for each of the groups. Oh, don't do that, sweetie. For each of the groups where I can look at the zone 2s. So an example, each of the zones. So an example, I'm pretty sure he could do this. I just have to ask him about it. Because I want to see if there's a way where he can make a tab, like make a new tab for me. And then it says something like, KvK zone fights. And then he can organize each of the matchups, but then break this up. So this is what the zone 2 fights look like. This is what the zone 3 fights look like. And we can do easy plugging like we're doing now, but we can do that for each of the zone 2 and the zone 3 fights. Because we know this is what the final zone fight would potentially be. But I want to be able to look at what the zone 2 and the zone 3 fights are, because I think being able to break that down in just like an easy, because that's something I've never done before, where I've had time to just cut all that out. But I think that would be really cool to look at, because I think very much then we can also look at, okay, well, who thinks who's going to win what zone, right? We can break that down. We can also color coordinate, highlight the winners of those zones. And then obviously have that as like a historical reference, right? If people want to go back and look at how the KvK played out, they can see who won what zones, maybe, what were like the merit. That's another thing I really want to try and do is I'm going to be reaching out to the Hero Scrolls team about getting daily scans once the zones open, maybe for like the first a couple days. So, and I did ask Drew if there's a way where we can set that up so we can look at like what the merit gains are from once the zone opens, and then looking at them every 24 hours. Those are like 2 things that I really want to try and do this season. So we can bring you all like more PvP stats, more comparative stats, 20 like daily progression stats. Like I want to try and bring you guys more data to look at and more things that are a little bit more digestible, especially if you want to look at how performance is playing out on the PvP side between not only the KvK groups, but each of the zones as well. So again, there's a couple ideas I got, and I don't think this would be difficult necessarily to implement. I'd have to sit down with Drew and just be like, hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking. And then, let him kind of cook as he does, and then just make sure I'm able to kind of get the scans on those particular days. However, without diving too much in, listen, I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more minutes on the poll for you guys to vote on who you think is going to win KvK 1. Let's break this down further. So, like I said, less than a bill power diff, merits 2.82 bill means it's something, right? 3.69%. We already knew that was there. Sweetie, why are you calling your mom? Don't do that. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, hang on. No. I know. No, don't call mommy. No. Excuse me. Let's not do that. Thank you. Here, no, here. Look. Press that. Excuse me. Let's not do that, please. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Mom, look.
I don't even. No, not there. Let me see. Here, right here. Look. Right here. Look. Right here. Look. See. Look. Right there. There you go. Right there. Go. Well, let's not do that. I'm gonna turn it off. Thank you. So, 3.69% PvP activity diff. Right, this goes in favor of the YSS team. We got where my kills 2.93 bill. I mean, again, very small. I don't really put a lot of stock in that necessarily. Same thing with the deads. I mean, this is 60.54 mil. I mean, this is nothing, right? It's very, very tiny. We look at heals, and this is a little bit more sizable, right? 21.4 bill. That's in favor of the WBA team. We got a 10.44 mil, about a 10.5 mil power differential for average player power for CS25 accounts. Right, that goes in favor of WBA. We got 21 more players that were able to hit 10 mil merits last season. That goes in favor of WBA. But I mean, you're looking at 400 plus on both sides. I don't think that's, kind of a massive difference. It's a little something. Then you look at like 30 mil. This starts to become a little bit bigger. Right now it's plus 59 going in favor of YSS for people that hit 30 mil merits. I mean, plus 69, right? Because remember, if it's a negative number, we're going down to the B team. If it's a positive number, it goes up to the A team. So really the only column that they lead in here when it comes to merit production last season is in the 10 mils, right? Once we get to 20 mil plus, it starts really kind of carrying itself away. You're looking at almost double. Let me see, sweetie. You're looking at almost double as well. Oh, hang on, let's see here. All right.
Hey.
Thank you. And then we look at power. So for power, we're what? Plus 64 at 100 mil. So you're looking at, right, this is the total amount of 100 mil players that are on each side. You got plus 64 here. That's in favor of WBA. When you're looking at 125 mil players, right, again, that's a total number, not a unique number. So we're not adding that. That's just out of the 100 mil players. There's this amount of total 125 mil players. Plus 20. So the numbers get lower. And I will say I like that as we get into higher power, there's not like some wide gap or some wide margin where it's like, hey, one side has plus 20, plus 30 at the higher power tiers. Nice. Okay. I think she just touched something. I think we're good. All right, maybe I should leave my soundboard up just for a little bit. Here. But sorry, so I was saying, I think hopefully I only cut out for a little bit. But what I was trying to say is, again, and I talked about this in the group predictions as well, because this was probably the only one that we probably ended up getting right based on the group predictions from what I can recall. I'll have to go back and double check. But again, I'll say the same thing I said in the predictions one, right? Which is that I like this matchup. So this is one where I think the numbers are a lot closer for this KvK one, and I think this one has potential to be really good based on its differentials that we're seeing from each of the teams. However, if I had to kind of give my edge out to who I think for me, I actually feel like I can give a little bit, at least on paper, right? Because that's always going to be the important disclaimer there, is again, I like at least some of the numbers on the YSS side, right? I feel like I would almost give a little bit of an edge out to them. But that's also saying in the same breath that, again, I think this one could absolutely go either way. I think for me, the thing that I just really like about it is not only just the additional PvP activity percentage, and yes, people have also mentioned that, listen, we have to take into account as well that YSS is coming from, let me see, what's this? What's this? Yeah. Oh my God, man, no, let's not press that. No, don't press that. Oh, hey, that's actually pretty cool. You put that on there, wow. But I think we also have to factor in that, you know, again, and other people have noticed this, or other people have stated this as well, right? Which is that YSS is coming. No, it's dead. I have to charge it. Oh, never mind. Wow, you were able to figure out how to put it back on. Shocker. Is that, at least when it comes to YSS, the important takeaway is that, right, they're also coming from the G1 pool. Oh, here. Okay. What is it? You don't want to go down? Oh, okay. So yeah, again, right, I think it's understanding, one, they're coming from the G1 pool. And I think other people have said that as well, right? Is that they feel that because they're coming from that pool, they really haven't kind of been in, you know, any G2 competition for who knows how long. And the fact that when they do finally come back to G2 and or arrive, they are getting put into the #1 KvK. You want to go get it? Okay. So I do think there is some. Oh, here, go get it. Well, go get it. What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, are you gonna behave? All right. If not, I'm gonna put you down again. You understand? All right. So let's be nice. These kids. So yes, again, as I was saying, or I do think that some people have a point, right? Which is that, listen, man, you know, you haven't really had a lot of G2 experience. Don't press that, please. Thank you. And you're coming in to the G2 pool in what has been kind of a big shakeup. And the fact is that, you know, you don't know how your metal's going to be proven against, right? Those that are in that are in KvK 1. So I get it, right? And I think that if people are kind of leaning in another area, I think that's fine. You know, like I said, the thing is, I feel like you could make a case for either side. So, all right, let's see where the votes ended here. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll now. Thank you guys so much for voting on that one. Let's see, what do we have here? So, we have total A. I wonder, will this let me edit this? Huh? Total A. I wonder if it will. Oh, maybe it will. Cool. Oh, no, you know what? I can do it on the sidebar. I'm sure, but I don't have to do all this. Okay. Oh, here. Do this. Slide. You got to slide it. Get your finger. Well, you have to wait now. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We'll go here. I'm going to put these next here. That's actually will be a lot better. So they got, we'll say 58%. And I'm going to put these in red. Hang on. Where's my color here? Boom. Sweet. So we'll do that. It pushes it out a little bit, but that's all right. So we'll do 58%, and then you guys voted 42% for YSS. All right, cool. Dude, I love this because I can actually reference to stuff now. Okay, let's go to the next group. So let me start up a poll for this one. And let's see, okay, who, boom, will win KvK 2? And then we'll put in, oh my gosh, so much movement, MFT. We'll do NWB and then ROC.
Jackie, look.
I see.
Jackie.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
I mean, that is me. I don't know if we need to add the extra views, though. Yeah. BLM, man, hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. So we do pod, what is XSJ? And then NWA. Cool. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Boom, there we go. We'll start one up. So I'll probably just do a poll for a couple of these because, again, I can always do I'm trying to think right now. I can do like a separate form because I'm going to announce all the groups. And honestly, maybe that's the way to do it when I really think about it, is maybe I'll let people vote in the form, and then I'll say how wherever the form ends up, that's just the numbers I'll put in. So otherwise, maybe we can at least do some of the live voting here, at least for the few groups. So aside from that, let's look at number 2. So the number 2 group here is going to be NXW, MFD, NWD, NWD, and then we have ROC, and then the other group 21SW, Pod, XSJ, and N. 1.13 bill diff. Suet says movement on top. What's up? Welcome, welcome. So we got, it looks like power's going in favor 21SW. We got Draken. What's up, man? Welcome. PvP activity percentage going in favor of NXW. I mean, that's 4%. That's decent. So let's see here. What else do we got? Kills 22 bill. It's small, but you know, it's something. That goes in favor of NXW. Deads, I mean, this is decent, right? I mean, it's almost 445 mil. I mean, what's that, like 20%? A third of 21SWs. We look at heals, 4.5 bill. I mean, that's pretty non-existent. SJ Content, man, appreciate the sub. Thank you, thank you. And then we get, let me see, power diff 14.18. I mean, that is somewhat sizable, right? Going in favor of NXW. So it's that plus the extra PvP percentage. Okay, let's see how the rest of the numbers look here. So remember, negatives going down, positives going up. So at 10 mil merits, you got 21SW has more participation there, plus 26. It's small, but it's something. But then we get at 20, 30, 40, 50 mil merit engagement. Now these numbers are going up in favor of NXW. Okay. I mean, that's decent right there. Hey, sweetie. Yes, you can have one. Please. Yeah, remember, how do we ask? Okay, remember your manners. All right, and then we get over here to 100 mil, and it's plus 12. So the number's pretty low here at 100 mil, but then you're looking at these ones are a little bit higher. Let's see how this goes. So 100 mil plus 12, which is nice, but that's in favor of NXW. 150 mil plus 53. I mean, that's basically double. Dear Lord, at 150. Jeez. This is starting to look rough. I mean, the first two. Oh boy. Again, the first matchup isn't bad, to be honest. KvK 2, now it's getting rough. Okay, and then at 250 mil, out of that, you have 8. That's 3 times the amount of 250 mil players. But then out of that you have 8 to, geez, wow, 9 to 1. And it's plus 8 at 300 mil. I mean, I'm going to be honest, man. Like, these numbers all scream, you know, like a decent, I mean, I would say NXW has a good advantage. I wouldn't even say decent or light. I would say they have a good to healthy. That probably is a little bit more, yeah. I would say good to healthy advantage that NXW has. Obviously, we'll have to see how the individual matchups look and those breakdowns, but yeah. Who did I have? I'm really curious. Who did I have NXW going against? I just want to see what my numbers looked like here. So I had them going up against SCL. And my numbers were, okay, a lot closer in PvP percentage. A little bit closer in average power. Numbers, not too bad. I mean, smaller, but a little bit favor NXW. Power went to SCL, so there was that. Let's see here. 5 mil. That's actually about the same for deads. Let me see. 100 mil. This goes down, down. NXW favored a bit more here. Yeah, it looks like based on, well, and keep in mind, this is my process of elimination for who I had based on who I put them with for who was left in the pool. Yeah. I mean, I guess this is a little better, right? Like, it's not that much. I mean, it is, I would say it is a little better. This seems a bit more extreme to me, maybe. So maybe that's just me. Yeah. Again, this to me looks like there's just a clear advantage on NXW. I'm really curious how you guys are voting on this too. Let me see. So 90 to 10%. 90 to 10% for NXW. All right, let's leave that alone. Let's look at the number 3 KvK. So number 3 KvK, let's take a look here. So This is NTS, OMG, Gear Mist, SCL, ACA, Horde. Oh, let me make a note here. So, what did I say? Good to healthy advantage NXW team. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note, right, for whatever I say, so I can remember what I said when I go and do the solo video. Nippard, what's up, man? This KvK is cooked. All right, listen. Let's look at the number 3 KvK. Let's not write off everything just yet. Okay, so NTS, OMG, Gear, Mist, SCL, ACA, Ange, and Horde. Okay. So we got a 3 bill power diff in favor of SCL. We got about 4.5 PV. Oh, rough. 4.5% for PvP activity. That's in favor of SCL. Okay. Average. Where am I at for kills? That's about 20 bill. Okay. I mean, this seems to be about the huge that we're seeing, but this is really good. 57 mil. Merit deads differential. That's very small. I really like that. Same thing with the heals. Look at that. 353 million. I mean, that's so close. That's great to see. But then 22 mil for average power. I mean, that's sizable. Like, that's decent, right? That goes in favor of the NTS side, though. So, and again, it's okay, right? We do need to see some balance here. So let's look. So at each metric for merits, from 10 mil to 50 mil, all in favor of SCL. But then we get to 100 mil plus, and this is now all in favor of NTS. Maybe this isn't that bad. However, yeah, I mean, let me see, 100 mil, you got plus 59. I mean, that's not, anything massive, but that's sizable. Right, so you're talking 350 to 291. At 200 mil, it's plus 29. That's more than double. Even at 150, but at 200 mil, right, total of 54 players one side, 25 on the other side. And keep in mind, we still have to wait to see how Brink of War factors into this for the training phase, because that'll be something as well, where we're going to get that, what is that? That'll be stage 3, right? So we're not going to get that till stage 3 now. But, I mean, that's something. So, yeah. On this matchup, it feels like the PvP activity is going in favor of SCL. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me maybe feels like this isn't that bad of a matchup now. I mean, you have more average power, but you got more PvP activity on the other side. You got a little bit more troops with you as well, but then the other side has a little bit higher average power, average strength of account, you could argue. So I'll be honest, I actually think this number 3 KvK isn't that bad. This actually, I think, could be a really good test case for how this plays out. Right? Where it's, what team is getting more value out of their zone 2 and zone 3 performances along with the final zone performance, right? Now, keep in mind, some people will tell you, and I'm a believer in this, right? I am very much a believer that, activity and PvP activity percentage and just engagement in general, right, will beat out power. Obviously, there's an asterisk there because it does depend on how much power and how much more someone has than you. But I like to generally live. I think, to me, I feel like KvK 3 is the perfect test subject KvK to really see if PvP activity is going to outbeat power, because the numbers here are perfectly aligned to tell us that. On one side, you have, which is SCL, that has this, along with the PvP activity percentage that's better. They have more players with higher average merit totals, and I should say tiers that they've reached. On the other side, at 100 mil plus to 300 mil plus, they have more power, they have more average. It's like power one side, activity the other side. And yeah, Nostra says NTS on top. Senor Sunny, most KvKs look pretty obvious. 4 days for another round of poor matchmaking. Abraham says activity over power, perfect. No, you're right. Perfect scenario. This is. And I'm going to make a note here. Let me see. Perfect scenario to see power versus activity, which will win. And I'll make a note here too. Let's say Maybe SCL, right? Light Advan. We'll do something like that. Okay, so I think this is good. Now, I got my note here for this group. Let's go look at KvK 4. All right, so this is KvK number 4. So this is Echo 2.0 / Milk that we're going to look at. So let's take a look left to right. So we got 1.53 bill power diff. It's pretty small, so it's not bad. When we look at PvP activity percentage, 2%, I mean, it is something, but I don't think it's out of this world, right? Game breaking. But that's in favor of the hunt team. Then we get to kills, 10 bill. That's actually pretty good. That's a little bit about half of what the average has been, around 20 bill that we've been seeing. 73 million for deads. That is pretty sexy because it's very small. The margins are light. We're not seeing some kind of widespread on deads where it's going to be, you know, more advantageous on one side or the other when it comes to who's willing to kind of incur more, especially for those bastion and pass fights. Heals, 12.5 bill. That's pretty small and somewhat insignificant. I don't think that's anything massive. Average power, however, is telling another story. This is kind of similar to what we were seeing before. So this is obviously going in favor of the hunt team. So let's look at the numbers. We got at 10 mil merits from last season. Remember, negative numbers are going down, positive numbers are going up. So in this case, this goes to Team B, which is to RFF, right? So they have 22 more players that hit at least 10 mil merits last season or more. 28, but then the rest of the numbers from 20 to 50 mil now go in favor of the hunt team. And you're looking at double, almost double in two categories, right? More than double at 50 mil merits and almost double at 40 mil merits. Now let's look at power. So at 100 mil, it's +1 in favor of the hunt team, but then the rest of the numbers are in favor of the hunt team with the exception of 300 mil plus. I'm going to be honest, when I look at this to me screams a healthy advantage that's on the hunt. I would say this is a healthy advantage. Not only are they leading in PvP engagement and merit tiers and merit goals, they're leading in power at each of the tier thresholds with the exception of 80 mil, and they're leading in PvP activity percentage, regardless of having a 1.5 bill, power differential that's going in the opposite way. This to me kind of screams healthy, good advantage, I would say. And I'm going to put that down. So we'll say healthy. Let's do that. Healthy, good, advantage, hunt. We'll say hunt team. That's what I think on this one. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is going to be 25 IW, TF. Oh, here's the TFS matchup. Here we go. 25 IW, TFS, NXG, ODS. They're going up against ROG, TDC, ASC, and AB11. Let me correct that too. There we go. So let's look at how this looks. We got, this is awesome, right? You're talking about half a bill power differential. Lovely. This is great. Let's look at PvP percentage, 1.4%. That's pretty small. So it's actually like pretty good, I think, compared to some of the other groups that are averaging around 2% or more. So this is nice. We look at kills, 12 bill. That's pretty small. It's about half of what the average we're usually seeing, which has been showing us around 20 to 21 billion difference. We have 253 million difference for deads. I mean, I think with how low the numbers are, that's not bad. You're talking around 20, 25%. Then you look at heals. This is 8.6 bill. That's very small. So that number's pretty close. I like that. Average power here, we're looking at 8.27 mil. This is going in favor of the ROG team. Let's look at merits. So it looks like the ROG team leads at 10 mil merit plus engagements, right? They have 5 more, but it's still very small. You look at 30, 40, and 50. That's a little bit more. You're talking about a third here at 40 mil. You're talking more than double at 50 mil. Let's look at power. So at 80 and 100 mil, you have ROG that leads in that. So it's +7 going the other way, going down. So that's 350 to 357, right? So you have +7 here on the ROG team. However, once you get to 125 to 300, they're all in favor of the 25 IW team, with the exception, and keep in mind, these are pretty small, right? Oopsies, let's fix that. So this is pretty small, right? I mean, you're looking at only having 2 more players at 250 mil, but then once you get to 300, out of those 8 and 6, it's dead even, right? So that actually isn't too bad. And the numbers are pretty small themselves. Like, it's not like they have a 40, 50, 60, 70 differential on these. And even here on the merits, like, it's not like it's wild. I mean, again, it is something. I mean, I think if I look at these numbers, I would say I would probably give a light advantage onto the 25 IW team, just based on how it looks on paper. I think you have to factor in the deads, because again, that's going to play into those Bastion pass kills or deads, or who's going to kind of be willing to incur a bit more. Again, I would probably give this a little bit more in the 25 IW. I'm not going to say overwhelming or good. I think this is kind of a light advantage in my opinion. So I'm gonna say light advantage to 25 IW team. That's where I'm leaning right now. Focus, what's up, man? Free win for 225. I don't know if I would go as far as saying that. Yeah. Abram says this TFS KvK looks like the most balanced one stat-wise. I mean, it's like I'm saying, it's not bad, right? I think this is pretty close. I would still just give their team a light advantage. Focus is 25 IW smashed RG less KvK, 80-20 for 25 IW. Okay. I mean, that's a bar there, man. Zaib, what's up, man? 95.5 for IW. Damn, man, you guys are coming in hard right now. Jeez. All right, let's go to the next group, and then we'll scroll back to the top 2 as well. So this one we got CKB. HD, JKL, CFRA, they're going up against RAC, FG, ZPG, and higher. This one, oh, interesting. So this is the first about 5 bill power diff that we're seeing from the groups. So we got about 4.7 billion power. So this is going in favor of the CKB team. The PvP percentage is great. This is 0.91, right? This is one of the lowest, if not the lowest we've seen so far, under 1%. But again, that's going in favor of CKB. Kills, love this. 1.2 bill. When you're talking 200 bill plus, that's great to see the numbers that low. Deads, this is 100 mil. I really like that, because that means that you're going to have a little bit more kind of even Steven when it comes to incurring those deads, like we talk about with the Bastion's passes. 5 billion heals, very low number. I like to see that. And then we have an 8.9 million average power differential. This goes in favor of RAC, but again, it's still relatively low, right? It is something, but I don't think it's too massively significant. Now let's look at merit engagements numbers. So this is pretty decent. At 10 mil merits plus, meaning the total amount of players that at least hit 10 mil merits last season, that's a plus 83 in favor of CKB. I mean, that is pretty decent. Plus 16 at 20 mil, but then at 30 mil, it goes the other way, RAC. At 40 mil plus, now it goes back to CKB, but then at 50 mil plus back to RAC. I like seeing a little split there. That's pretty nice. Then at 100 mil plus for power, these numbers are pretty small. 13 is not that big when you're talking almost 300 players on either side. But again, that's plus 13 in favor of RAC. You're talking 21, 30. All these numbers are actually going from 100 to 300. They all go in favor of RAC. However, keep in mind, right, the numbers do get a little bit smaller at 250 and 300. But when you're looking at it, it's 2.5 times at 200 mil, and at 250 mil, it's almost 3 times the amount. So I mean, that's something to consider as well. I mean, if I'm looking at these numbers here across the board, part of me feels like this is going to be one of those cases where you're going to get like I feel like this is a pretty good matchup, to be honest. You got about 5 bill more power, basically in troops. A little bit more PvP activity percentage. That's shown with the merit gains as well. But then on the other side, you got more power, more average power, right? This kind of reminds me of maybe a lighter version of that NTS matchup. So again, I think this is pretty close. I mean, listen, if I had to give an edge out to someone, honestly, it probably would be the CKB team. I like the fact that there's a little bit more PvP engagement there on the numbers. And I'm just a sucker for me, activity-wise. So I'm going to say good test case for power versus activity. Yeah, I'll say a light test case as well. And then I'll say maybe like ever so light advantage CKB team. I'll make a little note there. All right, let's do the next one. This is going to be WAO. Ooh, this is Tiny's group. Yeah, Zaib says 50-50, everything depends if RAC fills this 25 bill Alliance shoes or not, because they should 1v4 this KvK. Okay, interesting. So let's look here. This is WAO, NM, 7sin, ED, FRX, KOE, and MAD. So almost 6 bill on the power diff here. This is going in favor of ED. Let's see here. We got a 3.2, somewhat sizable, 3.2% for PvP activity that goes in favor of WAL. We're looking at kills. I mean, this is, now it's getting up there, man. I mean, this is probably the widest kill margin we've seen so far for the groups. So, I mean, this is almost 49 bill. That's favor of WAO. 500 mil on deads. I mean, that's a lot, man. It's more than 50% of the ED team, and that's going in favor of WAL, right? They have pretty much a little more than 50% more deads than them. I mean, that's decent. The heals are nice. 1.61 bill. That's pretty small. Average power only about 5.5 mil. That's in favor of WAL. That's pretty small. But then we look at the numbers. Let's see here. So at merit engagements, we have 53 more players that hit 10 mil merits or more last season. And remember, negative numbers are going down, positive numbers going up. So this is in favor of ED. However, once you get to 20 to 50 mil, that all goes in favor of WAO. And you're seeing a number, another similar case at 100 mil, it's plus 23. That's in favor of the ED team for players. But then once you get to 125 to 300, now it's all going in favor. And this is the rough part, I think. Once you're at 125, it's almost double or more in favor of WAO. Yeah, man. I mean, I'll be honest, dude. This, like, despite the 6 bill difference, I don't know if I like this. Like, this to me feels like whatever KvK we were looking at before, that was it felt lopsided. I would say this is a healthy to good advantage for WAL. And we're going to put that in the notes. So I'm going to say healthy to good advantage WAO team. Because, I mean, it just looks like that. Right? On paper, it looks like that. It's kind of hard to not say that. Zaib says 100 for WAO. Ass says, yep, here we are. It's GG, Homestar. I'm in FR and it's over for us. I'm sorry. I mean, listen, keep in mind, even if, when I'm talking about these, right, keep in mind, this does not mean that you're not going to have any fun. It doesn't mean you're not going to get any PvP, and it's not going to be as long-lasting as you're able to make it. When I say that, I'm just talking about who I think is going to win the final zone. But how much fighting that happens is obviously purely up to each of the sides. And at least in cases like this, it's usually more up to what you would probably perceive as the weaker side, right? At least when it comes to kind of a full-blown matchup. And for me, when I talk about that, I'm usually looking and speaking from the perspective of, hey, how's that going to look in the final zone? Just again, for some clarity. Yeah. Yeah. Aquila says, yeah, the diff on 125 plus is wild. Yeah. It is. I mean, yeah, dude, look, you're 5 times the amount on 200. It's 100% on 250 and 300. Yeah. Aston said last team up was against NTS. Told you scuff matchmaking. Drew says this looks like a meme matchup, but okay. Strick says FR isn't 16 bill either. It's 14 2 bill farm accounts. Okay. Homestuff. Zaib, oh, for sure, you're getting PvP, but won't be fun versus 10 full deco WAO players. I mean, yeah, they could be. Yeah, Homestar Bastions won't be held. LMAO, yeah. I mean, and that's a good point. Actually, I think, Star, that's actually a really good point. When you're looking at the dead differentials on here, like, that is, I think, one way to interpret that, right, is that it probably won't be held that long. Yeah, even Acrylo says completely Bastions will be the problem over there. Yeah, and I think that when you look at the dead differentials, like, that's something that I feel is at least one key metric that can play into that. So we have our notes down. Let's look at the next matchup here. So this is 30 NA, right? Row League Season 1 champs. So it's 30 NA, BPA, FF, AFK going up against CC, GSS, AM33, and Gex. So this is nice. 1 bill power diff. Love it. 1.9% PvP activity diff. The activity percentage is a little bit low, so almost 2% is probably a little bit more at the lower range, but I mean, it is still small in and of its own. Kills, that's decent. That's 36 bill. I mean, listen, that's no almost 48, 49 bill that we saw in one of the previous matchups, but I mean, that's sizable. Deads, 76 mil. I think this is pretty insignificant because the numbers are pretty close at this point. If this was like maybe 150, 200 or something, I think I probably would have been a little bit more, you know, but I think it's okay. 15 bill for heals. I mean, the heal numbers are around 170 to 190, so I mean, they're already high enough. I don't think the 15 bill is going to be that massive. I think it'll play a little bit into some sustainability on the field, absolutely. But I don't think that it's anything big enough to be, you know, kind of big worried about, if you will. Now, this is a little bit more sizable. So the average power differential, basically 17 million. This goes in favor of 30 NA. The PvP activity percentage goes in favor of 30 NA. Kills in favor, deaths, heals, all in favor of them. And then we look at, oh geez, so all these numbers here across the board are all positive. Oh boy. Okay, so let's read through this. So between 10 to 50 mil, all in favor 30 NA. However, the numbers do get smaller at 40 and 50, right? It's only a +1 and a +7. So you're talking, you know, 50% here, you know, barely anything here, almost double at 30 mil. So, I mean, but listen, it is something, right? It is still a decent numbers advantage on at least the merit goals hit. When we look at power, it's kind of almost a similar story where it kind of tails off here at the end. So you got 34 more players at 100 mil, 46, 22 at 150. And now actually this kind of reminds me of the WAO situation now. This is a little interesting. So at 200 mil, it's basically what, 4 times the amount, plus 19. And then they don't have anyone over 250 on the CC team. They don't have anyone over 300. So yeah. Yeah, I think I would probably call this a good to healthy advantage, even though they're at about the same power. There's just too many numbers that I think are in favor of 30 NA here. So I'm going to put that down on this one where we feel there is a good to healthy advantage on the 30 NA team. Again, I just think the numbers support that. Like I said, we'll have to see how things play out as always, but that's how it looks to me. Country says, what's up, man? I was hoping for YSS for NXW season. I want to see how YSS smacked that arse in NXW. Zeiss is same case with WAO. Total Diplo win for NA. Well, keep in mind, you can't really call these Diplo wins in the traditional sense because you're forming a pre-team and then that team is being matched by the system. So, but I understand what you mean. At least the matchup, there's a clear advantage. Acryla, what's up, bud? ACZ, what's up, man? Welcome. Okay, so let's look at this one. This is VKG 82, K211 SIP, Puzo, VP22 Laws, and SN. So we got about a 6 bill power diff. This is in favor of the VP22 team. Wow, that is pretty nuts. 6.1% PvP activity that's in favor of VKG. Ooh, okay. I mean, that is sizable. Kills, oh my lord, almost 60 billion more kills. I mean that's decent, like more than decent. 107 mil deads. I mean, that is a nicer number to look at. It's still in favor of VKG, but it is smaller. I don't think that's as significant. Heals, 6.3 bill. That's pretty small. I don't think that's anything too massive. But then we get to the 8.8 mil power diff. That's in favor of VKG. So you put that along with the PvP activity percentage, the kills. Right now, you're kind of stacking up these small wins here. Let's look at how the numbers. Wow, most of these are positive. Oh, okay. Let's break it down. So 10 mil merits plus 83. 108. Jeez, that's more than double at 20 mil merits. Ooh. This is double. Oh boy. Sorry, triple. Excuse me. Triple at 30 mil. Double at 40 mil. And then 3 times at 50 mil. Oof. Oh boy. Then we get to 100 mil plus 47. I mean, yeah, it's a decent number. I mean, they're both at like what, 220 plus, so it's not big, but yeah, it is something. Then you look at 125. Oh boy, and then we're here at, I mean, that's almost double at 125. At the 150 range, it's more than double. At 200, that's a lot better, right? It's only +2. They break even at 250, but then they don't have anyone over 300 mil. I mean, so I guess the question really becomes, how much do you value 5.8 billion worth of troops over this? I don't think the 5.8 billion more power worth of troops. Now, it'd be different if maybe the average power was going in favor of VP22. That might sway me a little more to maybe be a little bit more light on the sentencing. But yeah, again, this to me, it just, despite the power differential, this feels like it's a good to healthy advantage in favor of the VKG team. And that's what we're going to put down. So let's do that. So we're going to do good, healthy advantage VKG team. I mean, man, that's just how it looks to me. So yeah, I see what you guys are saying. Senor Sunny, just another round of poor matchmaking. I think some of them you can maybe argue that. Zeiss is all 5 bill advantage on a 5% activity alliance. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I actually didn't see that. Yeah, that's a good call out there. Drew says, I would really like to check the reasoning behind most of these matchups. Caters, what's up, man? Welcome. Zaib says -290 on the RMP scale has to be a new record. Yeah. Now keep in mind, for RMP, this is your PvP activity rank, right? So this is rank merits divided by power. This is basically your placement, right? So this is what your rank is on where you place out of all of the G2 kingdoms, out of the 284 kingdoms that registered. Where does your kingdom rank out of all of those when it comes to PvP activity? So by adding up all the numbers, the general idea is the smaller the number, the higher average PvP activity the team has. The higher the number, the lower average PvP activity the team has. So yeah, +2, I mean, 290 either direction might be pretty nuts. Hessers, what's up? Welcome. 5 billion differential is only on B tier. It's only on B tier, yeah. Acryla, by the way, VKG will switch soon the name, probably before next week. Okay, yeah, no, if that happens, just holler. Let me know. All right, so we got this one. Let's look at the next group. So this is Sura, WW, HA4, Goa versus Seal Lion, GDW, WB. So 4.5 bill power diff. I mean, again, sizable. That goes in favor of Sura. PvP activity is great. Gosh, less than 0.5%. That's fantastic. 12.5 bill kills. Okay, it's small. 161 mil deads. I mean, the numbers are pretty high, but again, that's in favor of Sura. 2.76 bill heals. That's lovely. That number's super low. 6 million average power diff. That's in favor of Sura there as well. Then let's look at some of the numbers. Wow. So most of these are positive. Rough life. So, oh gosh. So at 10 mil plus, it's only a 10 mil. It's only 10 player differential, right? For the total amount of players that had at least achieved at least 10 mil merits last season or more. But then you get to 20 to 50 mil and it's all a lot more, right? It's double here at 40 mil, more than double at 50 mil. That's in favor of the Sura team. 100 mil, from 100 mil to 300, it's all in favor of Sura. 11, I mean, that's pretty good though when you think about how small the number is at 100 mil. But you're like, what, 50% more? Here at 125, more than double at 150, more than double at 200, double at 250, and they have no one over 300, whereas Sura has 2 people. I mean, yeah, man, I'm going to be honest. This feels like this is a good to healthy advantage. I'm going to call this. That's in favor of the Sura team. This feels like the WB and maybe the 1 or 2 we did before that. So I'm going to go out and say this is a good to healthy advantage for Wira team. Again, that's just how it looks. That's how it looks to me. All right, so we're good there. Crip says SSG has more max decos. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, here. Let's see this one. So this is the SSG matchup. So this is SSG, WGL, INFT, NOD versus NW. Let me get some water here. NWE, OPB, Yo, and Myth. Okay. So On this one, 3.16 bill power diff. That's in favor of SSG. It's pretty small. PvP activity. Ooh, heavy swing the other way. So, she's 4.7% activity advantage in favor of NWE. Oh, dude, this was the team. So remember the NWE team was the team that broke the PvP team activity record that was last set 2 seasons ago, being, I think, around like 20, almost 21%. So they have the highest team PvP activity percentage, right? Look at this, dude. 26 versus this one. I mean, it's just, and remember we talked about this. They have the number 1, the number 3, the number 4, and the number 18 PvP activity kingdoms in the G2 pool, arguably in the game, on their team, right? They knew what they were doing. Yeah. Yes. So Sullius, now that you say that, PvP activity team, aka Diplo win. So it is funny you say that. I do somewhat tend to agree with that. Not maybe in the general traditional sense, but yes, do I think that it's kind of another way to, you know, manipulate? Absolutely. Now, it is well within the game's capabilities, right? So it's not like they're cheating, right? They're not doing anything that the game does not allow them to do. But yes, can you make an argument? Can you see it from that side, from that perspective, that by doing this, by going out and reaching out to kingdoms like this, you can make an argument that yes, they basically did like a PvP activity win, right? Even if you're not calling it a Diplo win. Anyways, let's look at how the rest of the stuff looks first, right? So, kills 23 bill in favor of NWE. Deads, 148 mil, but that goes in favor of SSG. Heals, 194 mil, it's pretty insignificant, right? It's less than half a bill. Average power, 98, right? So sorry, 11.5 mil, that's in favor of NWE. When we look at PvP engagement, right, it's showing us exactly what we should expect to see, which is that between 10 and 50 mil merits gained last season, the averages are well within favor for NWE, right? The only one that really starts to get closer is at 40 and then absolutely 50 mil, which is 35 to 36. So then let's look at power. So this kind of goes a little bit of the other direction, which it should at the higher levels. And why is that? Because there's a 3.16 bill power diff, right? That's in favor of SSG. So you need to see that reflected in some way. So for this, at 100 mil, it's plus 28 in favor NWE, 125 plus 15. But then once you get to 150 and above, now it's more than 50% going in favor of SSG. And at 200 mil plus, it's more than double going in favor of SSG. And this is the rough part here, which is still wild, right? It's 11-1 over 250 mil. And then SSG has 5 players, or their team has 5 players over 300 mil. The other team does not. However, the average power is still in favor of NWE. So yeah, I mean, I will say this, based on the numbers, I still would say it feels like there's a good to clear advantage, right, for the final zone matchup here on the NWE side. You could maybe sell me on like a low to like decent advantage, but part of me just feels like this, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Part of me feels like this is kind of like a good to healthy advantage. So yeah, again, that's, yeah, I don't know if I would go as far as saying like it's a free win per se, but I do think this is going to be like a decent test case. Why? Because I think the 250 and the 300 mil players there, I think that, and maybe even 200 mil plus, I think that's going to be super interesting to see, right? Even if it's a lighter version of that, but I'm still going to say good, healthy advantage, NWE. I'm going to put down like light test case for activity versus power, because I do think it will be one of those. And these are the ones I'm going to be really interested in doing kind of a post KvK assessment on how they played out. Okay, next group we have here is going to be BNR. So for this one, oh, sorry, let me see what you guys have here. Aquila says that's a really good matchmake. Not gonna lie, a bit more power and heavy account, but more core in 80 to 125 mil for NWE. Also, higher activity will be the closest KvK, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you could maybe sell it like that. Yeah. Zarboss says, "Oh, our alliance is next. Let's see this matchup." Moves it, it's a kind of free win OPB. Zaif says, "You're Jalulu as F Mr. Pussy." Guys, man. All right. Let's look at this one. So here I got BNR SG97 AVG HP going up against ST, DTF, Swag, and RMY. Is who I have here. So for this one, let's see, 1.53 bill power diff. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty small, so I feel like that's pretty decent on that front. Let's go. Oops, where am I at? 2% PvP activity. This is going in favor of, we'll say, ST. Kills, that's decent. 32.5 billion. That's in favor of ST. 181. So see, like, these numbers are now starting to mean a little bit more here, right? When you're looking at, because now the dead numbers are, 700, 850. So you're looking at 181 mil deads. That's in favor of ST. Like, that now starts to become more significant because the numbers are lower. So if it's a higher differential, right, that is going to be a little bit more impactful. So I do think that means a little bit more here. Then we look at heals, 8.7 bill. That's pretty small. So I would argue insignificant. We have a 3 million, which is very small. I love to see this, right? For average power differential, right? So pretty small there. I don't think it's going to play too much of a factor, but that does go in favor of ST. Now let's look at the merit numbers along with some power numbers. So everything for the most part is, I think, negative except for one. So these all go in favor of the SSG team. So when it comes to merit contributors from last season, you're looking at 24 to 37, or excuse me, 24, 37, 17, 10, 6. I mean, yeah, it's like what, 3 times BNR, 4 times them at 50 mil. It's a little more than 50% of them at 30 mil. I mean, these are decent numbers here. Then you look at 100, right? So you look at 80 mil, right? They obviously, BNR, the team leads, or sorry, SG team leads in that at plus 38. But once you get to 100 mil, I mean, these numbers are small, right? They're not too big. So I don't think this is massively impactful. I think really where you're going to start getting into that is at the 150 mil range and above, right? Because now you're talking about a 33% increase at 150 mil, right? About double at 200 mil. And then you have the ST team, they have one player over 300, the other team doesn't, right? But I think the numbers are pretty small. I think the biggest ones to me are the merit gains, the PvP activity, having a little bit more power, having a little bit more average power. Like, to me, this feels like it's a decent advantage, is what I would say when it comes to the ST team. That's how it feels to me. I don't think I would go as far as saying this is like a good to great advantage or healthy, but I would say this is at least I would say light to decent, right? So I would say decent advantage. We'll say ST team, right? That's how it looks to me. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Yeah. Closest, yeah, that one was close as well. A few advantage on DTF. DTF got a couple of us from BTX. Oh, okay, ACC, there we go. It'll be fun to not be in a season full of Krakens for once. Yeah, man, I'm sure. That one is close as well. Krillo says, few advantage on DTF team. By the way, once more DTF against SG, the previous KvK revenge buddy. Okay. Glossy, what's up, man? What was the winner vote on VKG? Oh, no, we haven't done that one yet. I've only done 2 votes. Probably what I'm going to end up doing most likely, Glossy, is I'm probably just going to do, when I release the video for the matchups, I'm going to post a form. And like I did last season, if you remember that. It was either last season or the one before, where I posted a Google form, and I put all the matchups in the form, and I let everyone vote. And then whatever the percentages were after, however long, probably before the season started, then those are the numbers I put in. So I'll probably do something like that, because I think that'll be a little easier, because then that gives more people an opportunity to vote on those things as well. So, it's not only limited to like, okay, if you're rewatching, or sorry, if you were here live, right? I mean, maybe if we had hundreds and hundreds of viewers, that's a little bit different. Yeah. AT, yeah, Krillo, us BTX people got the T from last season, so we're excited. Yeah, Krillo says, yeah, they have a good history in last KvK against us as well. They deserve some rewards, but with WW weird moves and MFD control, they couldn't get anything lastly. Krillo, yeah, they're a really good alliance. You'll have fun 100%. No need to be in heavy alliance. Yeah, man. I hope DTF win this. Glossy says enemies are not. Last season they have respect. Would have worked with them for sure. That's awesome to hear. So yeah, okay. So let's do next team. Hey, sweetie, what is it? What? Oh my gosh! Did mommy pull it out? She did. Okay, you gotta go put it in the bag and put it in your pillow.
Mama.
Okay, good job. Did it hurt? Okay. Mommy did a good job. Oh, she did. Okay, okay. Well, you look great. I love your toothless look. Yeah, man, she just. The lady just yanked the kid's tooth out. Jeez. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I should start calling her Toothless. From the How to Train Your Dragon. Dragon. Now that I think about it. Okay. So we got S2AK -FU, ERS, 1UP, DGen, Beck, Lich, and WTF. So for this one, 1.38, so 1.4 bill, pretty small. 1.42% PvP activity, so it's not that much really, but that's in favor of S2AK. We got 7.5 bill kills, very small, but that's in favor of S2AK. Deads, 98 mil, very small. I actually like to see these numbers on the lower totals, so this is really good to see. But again, still in favor of S2AK. 4.4 bill heals, very insignificant, I think. We got 9.2, 9.3 mil power diff. This is in favor of DGen. Then we look at 10 mil. So most of these are actually positive going up for us. So 30 more at 10 mil, but they break even at 20 mil merits last season. Very close at 30, 40. I mean, these are really good numbers, right? Because of how close they are. I will say that it feels like the S2AK team does win out a little bit here. But then let's look at power. So at 100 mil plus, it's plus 29 the other direction going in DGen's favor. But then once we get to 125 to 300, these are all going up in favor of the S2AK team. Now, again, obviously, once you're getting like, 70 to 88 isn't too massive. 20 to 40, that's a little bit more decent. 4 to 14 with a plus 10, that's even more, that's good. And then obviously you got double the amount of 250s, one more at 300. Yeah, man. I mean, part of me feels like I want to give the S2AK, or sorry, the -FU team a little bit of an advantage. I feel like they have a decent advantage here on this one, if I had to guess. So I would say, right, decent, maybe light advantage to, we'll say, -FU team. That's what I'm thinking. Krillo says, ha 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 ha, Glossy, $50 from Tooth Fairy seems fair to me. Okay, I mean, yeah. I will let the lady know that you recommended that amount. I'll have to convert that to USD. Thank you. All right, next one here. We're gonna look at. We'll go. Drink some. I mean, Daddy's thirsty too. Girl, damn. How about we share, killer? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. That's very nice of you to share. Yeah.
Ow.
What do you mean, ow? Girls, it's a kiss. Not supposed to be ow. Huh? All right. So what do we say? LND, Wolf, ETNL, RP, FSK, DK. This is the last AB team too. And then we can finally scroll back up to the top. So LEND, Wolf, ETNL, RP, FSK, DK, CFNC, and NVD. 5.6 bill power diff. That's in favor of LEN. Ooh, this is really hot. 0.04% for PvP activity. That is sexy. I love seeing that low number. Kills, 33 bill. I mean, that's decent. That goes in favor of FSK's team. We're at 18.6 mil deads. Very low. Love to see that. Heals, 3.13. Pretty insignificant. Damn. 31. This has to be the widest average power spread out of all the groups. It was looking so good up until I saw this. 31.19 mil power diff. That's in favor of the FSK team. Dear Lord. Okay. Let's look at the numbers. Most of these look negative to me. So 10 mil, 20 mil merits last season, those go in favor of the Wolf team. But then you look at 30, 40, 50. Now these are in favor of FSK. from 80 all the way to 300 mil power, all in favor of the FSK team. I mean, granted, you also have to consider that the Wolf team does not have any players above 200 mil, whereas the other team has 9. So, I mean, that's something too, right? Yeah, that's rough. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go with good to healthy advantage. So we're going to go good, healthy advantage. I almost feel like I could say great advantage, to be honest. But we'll stick with that for now. Glossy says DK is the auto team. May have port. Yeah, no, you're right. No, absolutely. And again, we're just going off paper. But that is correct. Right? So all of these kingdoms are solo. Right? So none of them had a team going into matchmaking ending. So, yeah. I mean, or I should say matchmaking starting once the team up phase ended. So yeah, I guess you could make an argument that because they all got put together, right, maybe there may end up being poor coordination compared to the other team, right, that did choose each other. Yeah, that could absolutely factor. Patience, look, you see? Look. Skip. I'm so done. All right. So this is where we're at. Oh, let me finish off this poll here. I'll put these numbers in. I'll probably change this at some point too, but we'll put these in just for now. So 82%, 18%. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is all the teams. Like I said, we've gone through each team, each matchup, I should say at this point, at least for the ABs. So we've done all of those. We have assessed and given our take on each group. And we've done community voting poll percentages for the top 2 KvKs. But again, I'll probably redo this and do the bigger one once we do the form, because I'll probably end up doing the video tomorrow on each of the matchups. And I'll probably do the form tonight or tomorrow. I'll go over all that. And then we'll read through each of the group matchups tomorrow. And I'll go over my thoughts and takes on each of them. So that video will probably be tomorrow morning. And then hopefully I'll most likely have the form ready to go. So you all can kind of vote on the matchups you like. And I'll be sure I include each of them in there as well, along with a link to the public sheet. And yes, again, for those hanging out with us still, I will be porting over all the data to the public sheet once we end the stream. I'm curious, how many people are hanging out? We had like 50 people hanging out last time. No, I guess everyone thought I was going to be plugging it in right away, because I think I had like 60 people hanging out there. Skylaxy, what's up? What is this percentage N? What do you mean? You have to clarify a little bit more there for me on that one. Bun says, poor ROG. They're facing the same people again. Yeah. Stand proud, gray roll, jeez. They're so funny, man. Chat is nuts. I'm surprised no one's hanging out in VC. 2, given the matches were just announced. Let me see here. We'll look at the number 2 matchup too, so we can give you guys some other ones to look at here. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, part of me is really looking forward to this top matchup. Yeah, like I actually think the KvK1 matchup has potential to be really good. you know, despite some concerns, some, I should say, light concerns, I do think it has the potential to be a really good KvK one. Hi. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we could fill in the CD matchups. That could be something that we do real quick. Yeah. Mark, what's up, man? Is SCL against NTS? That's a good matchup too. Yes. Yeah, they are. Yeah, no, this actually is one of the matchups I like. This is a really good scenario for kind of like PvP versus, activity versus power for this one. Absolutely. Yeah, but no, I think it should be pretty good. Let me, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and fill in the CDs. Just might as well at this point, just giving us a little bit more something to do. So let me, oops, no, not that. Okay, let's do this. Oh, hang on, I gotta zoom in for this one, right? Other matchups, and where was I? So we're gonna go to 50-52. Let's see here. Here we go. So, oops, I gotta write this in now. So 202, 314, 361, 162. Oh, so it's two more here. Salud! Salud! All right. And they're going 302, 438, 603, 56. Oops. Crap. Let me not write anything in there. Let's do this. Let's go 2 rows down. 56, 242, 454. Cool. Let's do that. All right, we're going to run this, and this is going to be matchups, all group matchups official. We're going to run this. This should give us the next CD matchup. Mark says there are a lot of good matchups. They are in the DC chat. Happy overall. Are they in the DC chat? Happy overall? Oh, you know, I don't know about the CD area. I mean, I will say a lot of the matchups on the AB side are good to decent. Absolutely. So let me see, which one was this? This is 52. So let's go SOS 3, 50, 52. And then we need to get to 50, 53. 50, oh, here we go, 50, 53. So this is going to be 48, 466, 599, 123. And I got two more to add here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 7, 8, 4, 6, 9. Cool. Oh, crap, I have no idea what I just did there. Oh, there we go. Boom. All right. And then next, we'll do 136, 298, 450, 208. Cool. 278, 531. Nice. All right, let's run it. All group matchups of fish. Pix, what's up, man? SCL should have matched NXW. People in Discord not happy overall from what I see. Really? Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to see what some people have been saying. I'll have to scroll up and then read through it to see what people are going on about. Because I will say, man, chat was popping off pretty heavily after the matches were announced. I just didn't have time to read through everything. 50-53. So let's do 50-54 next. Uh, 50-54. Here we go. So 104, 292. Yeah, man. So those CDs, man, they can't say that I never do nothing for them. Because I'm doing something for you guys. I'm a gentleman. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Good job. Thank you. Cool. Let's do this. What was that? 183. So we'll do 517, 561. All right, let's make sure that's all. It is. All right, let's run it. Mark says, nice. I still dislike how they manage the C&D seeds too much. Yeah. Drew says, not gonna lie, I kind of panicked since I didn't really test above 4 kingdoms, since I didn't expect to have bigger matches like this. Good job, old me. If we're actually thinking about this. Yes, no, Drew, thank you so much, man. Yeah, shockingly, it's working well. Like, perfect, to be honest. Yeah, it's great, man. It's great. So this is gonna be SOS 3 50 54. Cool. All right, so we got to find 50 55. Oh, there it is, 50 55. Cool. So this is gonna be 14.99. Oh, look, that's old BTX. 7, and then I got 2 more here. 2. Sweet. 114, 212, 257, 139. And then we'll go 2 down, 139, 459, 47. And yeah, that's all. Sweet. Pix says SCL team is easily stronger than NTS should be in KvK too. Pix, a lot of matches here. I can kind of expect the winners already. Yeah, I think a few of them, at least as it appears to Final Zone. Yeah, you're probably thinking that. Drew says, also, if we ever get another fiesta like the other season with 3v2, v2, 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 BS, I'm going to have my work cut out for me. Yeah. No, man, absolutely. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Yeah. Oh, Drew, while I have you here hanging out. So one of the ideas I had that I was speaking to earlier, I think you were gone, was if we can make another tab that is similar to the matchups official tab, but in between each of these areas, if we can break down to have 2 zone 2 sections and 2 zone 3 sections, so we can look at what those matchups look like for the zone 2s and the zone 3s. So it could be the same thing here, but if that makes sense, it's like a breakdown, right? So we can see, the teams are gonna the 2 zone 2 fights and then the 2 zone 3 fights, what those would be, right? So I don't know, maybe it's like, maybe you keep the black, but then you use like a different color to like separate for the zone 2s versus the zone 3s, right? So it could be like a zone 2 here, a zone 2 here, then zone 3, something like that. If that makes sense, that would be dope if we could do that. Just because I'd love to add those in, because that's something I've never done before. I would love to have that kind of a little bit more of an advanced breakdown so we can look at how those matchups would play out. And if we need to hop into a call later or something like that, or rewrite it out, that's fine. But I hope at least that if you're still here, I hope that explanation was decent enough. Okay, so I think we're good here on the 50-55. We need to find 50-56 next. I got it. Okay, I got you. No, I will. Yeah. Creepy, what's up, man? Just hanging out, man. Just again, man, just showing some love to the CD kingdoms. We're just plugging in the CD matchups right now. Got to make sure we're showing equal opportunity. Just as like kingdoms. Yeah, so the way I'm thinking of it is it would be like a copy of this tab, but then we would separate like you could still do the totals and the differentials, but you would probably have up to 4 sections, right? Because it would be per each zone. So as an example, maybe you do this, and then like this is one block within the black, and then you do another one of these down here and another one of those down there, but it's all within the black. But then maybe you title it like zone 2, like first zone 2, second zone 2, something like that. Like basically it's literally this. It's just making one here, one here, one here, and like one down there within these black breaks. And then you're just saying this is a zone 2, this is a zone 2, then this is a zone 3, this is a zone 3. Right? So it'd be 2 zone 2s at the top and then 2 zone 3s at the bottom. But like I said, I can draw and shoot your messages later too. That's no worries. So this is 56, right? 185? No. Oopsies. That's the one we just, is it 185, 134? Okay, cool. Yeah. So here's the next one. 72, 402. Okay, good. So this is going to be 210, 216, 460, 251. And then I think we got 2 more here. We do. 251, 487, 553. Sweet. All right, let's run it. And this is 56, 50, 56. Nice. Oh, sweet. That was pretty awesome. So, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, boy. So, SOS 3, 50, 56. Cool. So, I got to find 50, 57 now. Oh, here we go. Nice. 105, 160, 436, 66.
Go.
And then we're gonna find 2 more here.
Let me check.
And then we'll do 2 more.
Ah! There it
Yeah, I
is.
don't know what that is. 272, 407. Cool. Sweet. All right, we're good there. Nice. Let's run it. And this should be 50, 57, I think. $50, 57, nice. I gotta find 50, 58. Cool. I think we're almost done. There's only a few more left here. That's good. All right, we're set here. Let's run it. Whoa. Nice. Oh, what was that? 58.
Daddy.
Yeah, sweetie.
Daddy.
Oh, yeah, who's that?
Daddy.
That's Evelyn. All right, now I gotta find 59. Oh, here we go. Look at that, quick find. 21, 412, 426, 230. 429, 511. Ow. Girl,
Max.
you do not have to hit me.
Mom.
I see.
Max.
It is Max.
Daddy.
Oh, yeah, that was me. Yeah, that's me trying to get out of the rain, kiddo. All right. Cool, let's run this. And this is 50, 59. I think we have 1 or 2 more left. So I'm pretty much almost done for the most part. At least on grabbing these for us.
Daddy, look.
Why do you keep hitting me? Yes. All right, we got to find 50, 60. I don't know what that is. 50, 60, this thing. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. Watch your step. Oh my gosh, I'm free. 73, 370, 662, 11. Let's see here. 326, 465. I'm telling you, man, that kid runs hot. Jeez. 207, 2. Let's make sure. Is that all of them? It is. Cool. Let's run it. What's this, 5060? I think so. I think so. It's 5060. Oh, whoa. Interestanto. Okay, so I think we're good here. Oops, where's my thing? There we go. And what do we say this was? 5060? Yeah. Cool. And we got what, 1 or 2 more? What do I have left? Oh, geez. I have a few more left than I thought. Geez. That was all of them. Cool. 7. All right, cool. Let's run it. Should be 5061, I think. This one. So 62. Looks like we got 3 left. I mean, listen, man, we might as well at this point. We're already crushing. So okay. I think that's good as before. Yep, 359. All right, let's run it. Very nice. What did I say? 62? Yeah, 5062. So we got 3 left. Gotta find 63 now. Oh, look at that. It's right there. So close. Awesome. 78, 188, 406. Oh, this one had some more. 49, 490. And which means this one's going to have one more. 48 and 527. All right, here we're good. Let's run it. Second to last one. Really stress testing the script too. That's nice, man. I mean, it looks like it's working. That's pretty good. All right, SOS 3, 50, 63. Nice. Last one is 64, which is right here. Here we go. So I got 3. 50, 558, 596, 63. Look at that, there we go. 153, 250, 294, 692. And I got 3 more here too. Nice. Oops, 2, 703, 76. Awesome. All right, so last one. Let's run it. Looking good, looking good. Sweet. And I think this is 64, right? Yeah, 5064. Cool. That's the last one. Oops, 5064. Nice. Awesome. Look at that, man. Everything done and labeled. Nice. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, I think. Uh-oh. Something happened to one of my kids. That'll be fine. And even if they're not, get it together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nuts, my guy, nuts. Pigs, what's up, man? I feel like the CS25 AP could have been better if it only included 40 mil plus power. I'm on the 30, 320 plus CS25 that RFS has, around 130 of those are farms, so it brings down the CS25 average. Yeah. So that is something that I am planning. Again, it is something I am planning to ask the Hero Scrolls team about the yeah, here if you guys want to look through. Udaz, what's up? Welcome. Please scroll. Yeah, I got you. So on the CS25 thing, I am going to ask them if they can raise that. I have to figure out how much I want to raise it. I mean, I might just consider doubling it and going to like 30 mil plus on that, so it excludes anyone 30 mil and below. It's just, yeah, it's just the thing to keep in mind is like for weaker kingdoms, right, the average power is going to be more accurate for them because they probably don't have as many higher farms. But if we're just talking kind of ABs, then yes. I don't know if I want to go too high on that, so I might consider seeing if they can just do 30 mil plus for that one. But I've asked them a couple questions already on some things I kind of put in their queue. I'm just waiting to hear back. But that is something I have on the list as far as to raise what the average power factors into. And maybe even some of the other ones too as well. Because again, all these things are supposed to, everything here is supposed to exclude 15 mil and below. But maybe if I raise that across the board, maybe we raise it to 20 mil, right, and below, maybe 25, something like that, right? I think that maybe that might just be more of a solution, just kind of raising it across the board. I'll have to figure out, right, what they think on kind of one approach or the other. And they might just say, boss, what do you want? And I'll just say, let's try this out first, and we'll just see how this plays out. So, okay, great, yeah. Yeah, no, but it absolutely is the plan. Yeah. Yeah, man, no, absolutely. Hey, bud. Oh, yeah, it's almost 9. Well, yeah, you probably got to get walked, I think. King Wooji, what's up, man? Prediction for zone fight now that we have Matt. So, Wooji, that's the next thing that I'm going to do. I asked Drew for that. So we're going to set that up, and then I'm going to give my predictions on the zone fights. So basically, I asked him if he can do something like what we're seeing now, but break it up. So it's like this section applies for each zone, right? So that's kind of the idea that I hit Drew with. So I'm going to see if he can pimp that out for me on a new tab here on this sheet, and then we can use that for whenever I do kind of a zone prediction video. Yeah, because it would take me too long because I'd have to go in and look at who's fighting who, and I'd have to make my own variation of it. I'd rather just kind of give Drew a blueprint, let him work his magic. But then the good thing is once it's done, then it's all set up, right? So then when the next KvK rolls around, we could do something like that, right? Like we could do a live stream the next day and talk about zone winner predictions for the KvKs, right? Because we'll have all the data already, templates already set up, and all I got to do is plug at that point, right? Plug and run a script. But for now, I still will be doing it. I'll probably just do it in a video format, possibly. So, all right, unless I find time to stream. But short answer is that it will get done. It will get done, I promise.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. Is that for me? I'm muted. I'm back. I did not realize I accidentally muted myself. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, let me go to the next one, next group. So, yeah. Yeah, no, oh no, I got you, Drewski. I will. Woody says, I am an NTS. Seems it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually really like your guys' matchup because I think the NTS matchup is going to be a great prime example, an exhibit A, if you will, on looking at power versus activity, right? So, and there's 3 KvKs we highlighted as that are a little bit more of that, where it's like one leans a little bit more on this side and the other team leans more on this side. So for me, at least, I think that's fascinating. Like I now that we're tracking these things and, you know, I have a lot more time now, I can kind of make these little notes and kind of keep an eye out on these things as kind of a secondary objective for me when I'm watching. And hopefully going forward as well, I'll be able to start streaming some of these pass openings and the PvP fights, things that I really wasn't able to kind of do that much before. And as you guys can tell, right, we've already been streaming, you know, a lot more. Not obviously every day, of course, but at least a little bit more frequently, right? Even if it's every couple days or so. And that's the plan, is to be able to try and do that, deliver you guys more streams, more quality streams, quality content, and at the same time, be able to cover a lot more. Not only from what we're doing on the pre-KvK stuff, which I love doing, but also being able to cover more of the KvK fights and even maybe some storylines, right? And news here and there, right? Maybe even doing like a migration stream, right? I mean, again, I think there's a lot more opportunity now that things are kind of stabilizing with everything at the house and trying to kind of get more onto a consistent schedule, or at least somewhat of one. So yeah, I think all that stuff is really helping. How long? Oh, we want to look. Hey, sweetie.
Hey, can I go on your phone?
For what?
I'm just bored.
What are you guys doing out there?
I don't know, I'm just doing nothing.
What are you doing? Nothing. What's mommy doing?
Just cleaning the garage to take out stuff.
She's in the garage right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what is she doing in there?
Take out stuff that we needed to put and
Oh, is she taking it upstairs?
no, in here.
Oh.
Can I go on your phone?
You don't want to watch TV upstairs? Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. I'm not going to be that much longer. There you go. It's bad? It's very stuffy? Hold up. Are you about to turn on 2 of them? That's messed up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys can't see what's happening right now, but the lady has turned on 2 filters because apparently it does. I don't really know how she would describe the smell. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the other one over there.
Well, this one's telling you how bad the air is.
Wait. Wait, is
You
it?
can't even decide how dirty this room is.
Oh my God. Wait, is it the higher number, the worse the air quality?
No, the lower it is. You want to be at 100%.
Oh. So this isn't that bad if it's around the 90s.
You shouldn't even be.
It shouldn't even be on the 90s. That is, I haven't seen. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, the lady, has some fascinating instruments here. And I guess one of these air purifiers has a percentage number, and she was saying the higher the number, the more clean it is. But I guess it also depends on where she puts it in the room. I imagine that would probably give it a different reading. All right, let's go to the next matchup here. That was interesting to see that. Oh boy. Busting those out early, man. Jeez. All right, let's look at the next one. Yeah, I'll speed run through some of these. We'll kind of leave each of these up for about a minute or so, and then we'll go to the next one for those of you that would like to look at a particular matchup. Oh, I thought you'd leave it on longer than that. Damn. Did you guys hear her? She said, clean this shit up. Chat, I need help. I need protection. I don't feel safe. But yes, to be fair, we probably should clean. Jag, what's up, man? Sorry, I'm late to the party. You cover NXW KvK? Yes, we did. We did cover. I'm just kind of doing a speed run right now through the groups. We already have all the data and everything plugged in, so we're just kind of hanging out at each one for about a minute or so, just for if any of the viewers want to kind of get a quick look, if you haven't seen them yet, and then I'm moving on to the next one. I'll recycle this as well once we get through the ABs, and we'll go back up in case you want to take a look at the NXW one. Calvin, what's up, man? Acrylo, go and spend your CP. Tell him. Firewolf, what's up? Any recommendations for a G3 server? That's why you're the boss. A G3 server to migrate to? I'd have to look at the pool for G3. I haven't actually really taken a hard look at G3 yet, because I know they're behind coming into pre-war. So, or maybe they're already in pre-war. I have to look. But yeah, I really haven't looked at the G3 pool in a while to know which to all the kingdoms to have a list of those. Yeah. If I did have a list, I probably could give you some recommendations. I mean, to be fair, for the most part, you know, my recommendations are usually generally the same, which is, you know, regardless of wherever you're going to migrate to, you know, it massively depends on what you want out of it. What's that? Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. You can keep it. It's just for you.
Juice.
Is that for me?
No.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
No juice.
Let me see here.
No.
There you go. I got it.
No juice.
No juice?
No.
So just water? Agua?
No agua.
Agua? Okay. No se agua? Okay.
Apple?
Okay.
Apple?
Please.
Okay.
Take my order, kid. Take my order. Listen, man, that's why you have kids. So they can get you shit. Right? I'm telling you, bro. Just lovable, respectable butlers. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, Wolf, to not get off too far off topic. I think the biggest thing is obviously what do you want out of the I mean, if you're just looking for an active kingdom, in G3 to go to, you can look at what their RMS scores are, their roam migration scores, right? Like, are they yellow for active, or are they orange for crowded? I mean, I don't think there's any full kingdoms in G3, so probably the best you're going to do is like a crowded kingdom as an example. But again, maybe some of the higher actives that are close to kind of bordering crowded, I would probably start with those, and and then from there, go and ask them. Okay. Did you give me an apple? I don't want the cheese, girl. Can you give me an apple? Please? Give me apple, please?
Okay.
Why are you grunting? Yes, go give me my apple! She totally did not take me serious at all. But sorry, what I was saying is, yeah, so, those are the kingdoms I would try and identify first. And then, you go into each of them and go and speak with the leads. I would say speak to some members and just ask, a lot of what I would consider to be the basic questions, which is, like, how is the kingdom ran? Maybe see if you can take a look at how their Discord is set up. And then what's important to you, right? Is it fighting? Is doing PvE events more important to you? Ask questions based on what's important to you and what you want out of the kingdom. And don't just ask questions of whoever the recruiter is or the lead, but, even just go look at the kingdom and go grab some people's names and just say, hey, let me give you a really good example, right? Let me show you how, if I was a player, this is how I would do it. So I don't even know where I'm at right now. Let me just load this up. So let me give you an example. Let me get out of here. Okay. So, right, if I go to G3, which I think is going to be these kingdoms that are coming out of pre-war. Yeah. So it's probably going to be these ones that are G3 right now. So out of all these kingdoms, right? So out of all these kingdoms, I would probably start with the ones that are yellow. Maybe if you see some oranges, okay. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know if there are any oranges. So I would start with the ones that are yellow here in pre-war, because I'm pretty sure this is G3. If you, let me see. I don't even see any oranges. So yeah, so I would start with the ones that are yellow, and then depending on where your power is, keep in mind the higher you go up in number, the younger the kingdom is. The lower the number, the older the kingdom is. So if you go to an older kingdom, there's probably some higher powers on average. A younger kingdom might also be up and coming, right? So they might have a little bit better activity. That could be the case. But go with, I would say, reaching out to, however many yellows. And like I said, see if they have a recruiter, see if there's a lead rep there. And then, like, once you find the kingdom, like, let me give you an example. You go in the kingdom, right? You see whoever has dragon control, right? They're probably the #1 alliance. So I would do something like this. I'd go and take a look at the alliance, right? Like, if you didn't want to have to, make an account there, which I don't think some of these you can't make an account in anymore. If it's SOS, I think just depending on the time, maybe if it's in pre-war, you might be able to. However, you can always go into the kingdom and just see who has dragon control, because in most cases it's going to be the main or the #1 alliance. And then you would do it this way. You'd click on members, or sorry, not on, let me go back. Right, so you see like who does recruitment for them. So member management, probably one of these people. Relevant simple migration. Oh, here you go, migration. So you would reach out to like Ellie or Max. So you'd see whoever else. So Ellie's here. I don't see Max, so it's probably lower in rank, possibly, or maybe they're just out of the alliance. You'd click on info, grab the ID, and then you can message them, right? You click chat. But what I would also do is message some of the officers, like even if you want to message one other officer, and I would message someone who's not an officer. So someone who's like an R3 or an R2, I would message. And I would just say, hey, just chat them up. I'd try to say, hey, my name's this. I'm an active player. I've been actually looking for a place to migrate to, and your kingdom is one on my radar. I just wanted to ask you, how long you've been there, what's your experience been like, just simple stuff. You have to understand, because when you're speaking to, someone who does migration, they're basically, for the most part, a sales rep, right? Like, they want you to come there. So they're not going to tell you everything there really is to know about the kingdom. You kind of have to ask those questions and also try and get information for yourself. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm saying everyone is inherently lying or, you know, not being truthful, but, you know, people will omit. That's just the case. And so, you know, if you want to feel really good about where you're going to migrate to, you have to, you know, do some due diligence is basically what I'm saying. So I hope that helps, Fire, and makes a little bit of sense. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got to put this up. So this is the last one we'll look at, and then I'm gonna port all this over to the public sheet because I know people have been waiting on it. So I'm gonna port this over here in a sec. So if you're hanging out in the public sheet, let me do that now. Yeah, this should be easy enough, I think. So, oh. Hang on, maybe I can just do this. Can I just copy? Matchups official. Maybe I can just make a new one, huh? What in the heckaroni? Let me see. Oh, cool, it worked. I think it worked. Yeah. Does it really matter? What if I just... I guess it doesn't, huh? Okay, well, there it is. Let's do this. Cool. We do this. Boom. Ooh. All right. Oops. Whoa. All right. Let's just set this up so people don't have to potentially look as wide out there, and then we'll finagle some stuff here in a sec. Which I think is going to be this. Yeah, there we go. That more or less works. All right, cool. So everything has been added. I just have to, what was the name of it? Matchups official. All right, here we go. Awesome. All right. It is uploaded. There, everything is on the public sheet right now. Everything is in order as well. I think I put a link to the sheet, but let me see if I can grab another one real quick before we hop off for you guys. Which is, oops, hang on, where did I have it? I gotta make sure I find this too. All right, I'll throw it in the chat. So there's a link for anyone that would like to access in the chat. So again, it's updated at the moment. Oh, I guess the only things that didn't copy over were the percentages. Oh no, they did. Oh, I guess they didn't. That's so weird. I had, oh, the percentages are removed when I updated the whole thing. Oh, I see. So I probably should have done it after. I see. Yeah, when okay, I get it. But yeah, so that's there for you guys. Fire says, thanks. Let's take a look. I'm currently at 50% MP, but I want to take a break from this game for a while. I gotcha. Well, listen, fam, that is going to be it for me. So again, man, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the love, appreciate the support. We did great. Peaked over 100 peeps today too, as well, for the matchup group announcement. Again, awesome stream. Cannot say thank you enough for hanging out, supporting. Like I said, this upcoming season, I am planning, probably the next stream we do might be for something during Break of War, if not maybe around stage 3 when the troops training period happens. If not, At the very latest, it will be once the season starts here in about a week on the 13th, because I'll be getting a fresh pool at once the season starts, so we can look at the updated numbers for which groups trained the most. So I'm gonna see if there's a way where they can run the scan before the season begins, so that way the merits and everything doesn't reset. We can look at what the numbers are, but just what the updated power increases on power, also for the individual power categories. And then I think those will probably be the biggest ones. So and then probably the average power, that could be a factor as well. So it'll probably be column D, column L, and then R through X. These are the ones that'll probably change. But I want to see if we can do that before the season begins, because if we do it after the season begins, then the merits will reset and the PvP activity numbers will reset as well. And I'd like to try and keep those there. So I'll see if they might be able to run it an hour before the season starts. So that way, because at that point you're 47 hours in already to the troop training event. So I don't think it should, I don't think you're going to have people in the last hour just, going crazy for tens of millions of power. So that'll be the plan right now. But however, again, as always, if you guys want to get notified for when we are going to end up doing streams, you guys can join the Discord. There's a link to the Discord in the pinned live chat comment. And then you just head over to reaction roles. So if you want to get notified when we go live, again, most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm usually just using this to ping for new videos and when we stream. Only time I would ever use like the CallofDragons ping is if I just think it's like a really big event, for example, like this. But again, trying just to mainly use this one because again, most of the time, if I'm going to ping everyone, I like to do it if there's a little bit more of an announcement there. So just a little bit of heads up. And of course, if you want to support us in ways, there's a channel there for that as well. But that's it for me. So again, man, thank you guys so much. We will absolutely catch you in the next one. I hope wherever you are, if it's morning, afternoon, evening, you have a great time. And yeah, we'll see you. Thanks for hanging out. All right, let's get out of here.